We'll just go along without Dick. As you know, I am a lifelong Red Sox fan, but you have to hand it to the San Francisco Giants, and we are joined by someone very special.
Well, real special. I'll tell you one of the great agents out there because he cares about people. Jeff Berry does a phenomenal job. He's with CAA. They do a great job, one of the great agencies in all of sports and entertainment.
Well, thank you for having me here. I know Buster really wishes he could be here, but he's with the rest of the Giants crew. They're getting ready to take on the Mets in New York.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. One of my favorite players, till this day, I would have hoped and prayed that my Rays would have drafted him #1, but he has turned out to be such a superstar. Valedictorian in school, outstanding young man, great wife, Kristen. I know a lot about him.
No, he's, I tell you, we're excited to be here, and really how this all came about is I attended your gala last year with my wife, and it really touched both of us. And at that same time, the Poseys were considering different philanthropic endeavors to go down. And there's an organization called Cannonball Kids that Kristen had developed a relationship. They were two parents. They had a child with pediatric cancer. It really touched their heart. And Kristen's like, you know, this is an area we want to get in. And I go, boy, do I have the right place to start. It was 1 week after your gala.
Tell us a little more, because someone like me doesn't know Buster Posey, but except to watch him, of course. He's just so brilliant to watch. And maybe the best food outside of Fenway Franks. Maybe the Giants have the best food. And
well, I tell you what, the Buster's career obviously speaks for itself, but this is really a kind of a joint effort between Kristen and Buster, where, frankly, Kristen led the charge in terms of really turning Buster onto it and me. And now, you know, and having a chance to sit with Dick Vitale and watching what you did and the impact at that gala blew us away.
Well, I really appreciate you guys. We're going to have a major event on September 14th. Tell the people about that.
Well, in conjunction with the V Foundation and Dick Vitale, Buster at AT&T Park on the 14th will be hosting a fundraising event. The Giants have been unbelievable. Their ownership group, led by Larry Baer, Stacy Slaughter, and Shana Donham in their front office, they've embraced this. The city of San Francisco's embraced it. And I think it can be something really special. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, well, I tell you, well, Buster couldn't be here, but one of the things, he wanted me to bring you something from San Francisco.
Wow.
So what we have here is, and I don't know if they can see it on camera, but a Giants cap. And this was produced by New Era in conjunction with Buster. You see his logo on the back. Cancer. And it was to raise money for pediatric awareness.
Wow.
So they sold out of these.
Wow.
Of course they did.
They sold out on the first day. You can pre-order now on MLB.com. There's more on the way. But, yeah, it's been, we're really excited. Buster's and Kristen are both thrilled to be, you know, affiliated and dealing with you guys, and just couldn't be more excited.
I can't wait to speak at that event and to be part of it, because we need more people like Buster. Unfortunately, today in our world, so many guys forget where they come from, and this guy has not forgotten. I'll tell you one thing, he's got a big fan in me. I will cheer for that guy forever. I can't thank him enough, and I can't wait for that event. Come there September 14th to that ballpark and raise a lot of money for the V Foundation, and most of all, for kids battling cancer.
Dick, actually, I've got a call here that just came in. I guess he's watching probably live.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Is that Buster?
Let's see. Yeah.
Hey, Buster, Dickie V.
Dickie V.
Hey, man. Hey, Buster, I just talked about you, and I mean it seriously. We need more athletes like you who never forgot where they came from. It's unbelievable what you and your wife, Kristen, have done. We're trying to raise dollars here today, all day, having a telethon for kids battling cancer. I'll tell you one thing, Buster. If you got healthy kids, you're a blessed man, because we had youngsters here today, cancer survivors, who've had to do radiation, chemo. The parents not worrying. I had a mom and dad here today who lost their child. And as they said to me, he lost his job. He ended up losing his house because he couldn't work, couldn't make payments. He was going from hospital to hospital. Patrick Wright, I don't know if you know the Wright family, Jeff, from Sarasota, Bradenton area. A great family. I'm so excited that I'm going to be joining you on September 14th, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
What a donation. It actually, for those of you out there, it actually said Buster Posey.
And Kristen and I are huge fans here, so the work that you're doing, we're just we're really grateful for the opportunity and humbled that we get a chance to try to help some of these families. I think, the last year and a half or so, we've come to know this family. I think Jeff probably mentioned it, the Cannonball Kids Cancer Organization. Cannon's mom, Melissa, has been in contact with my wife, Kristen, for the last year and a half. It really has just opened her eyes to really how tragic and heartbreaking this is, and the lack of funding and awareness that goes towards this. We talked probably for the last year, and Kristen and I did, and really just said, okay, it's time to try to do something. Let's not just talk about how horrible it is, and let's try to make a difference. Let's try to help these families, help these kids out, and as Jeff mentioned, the city of San Francisco, the Bay Area has just been overwhelming. And
Hey, Buster, I'm going to give Dick something else right here, okay? All right.
Tell him we get 3 hits tonight. Go yard.
Enjoy your off day tonight.
Off day?
Hits tomorrow.
3 hits tomorrow.
Get a big steak tonight.
Hey, who's going to face Syndergaard tomorrow?
No, who do you guys have, Buster? Mats? Yeah, Mats.
Mats, the lefty. Take him yard, baby. The Rays should have had you. You should be right here, me cheering for you, Buster. They should have drafted you. I'm upset about that.
All right, Bus. Thanks for calling in. All right,
Well,
see you.
I might give up Big Poppy for him. I might. The Red Sox should have had him. Look at what Buster Posey.
Look at this right here.
Look at this.
Buster Posey, baby.
Look at that.
$10,000. Yo, Buster Posey's awesome, baby. He's a Seminole, Brittany.
Hey, you got to see this is what Buster did for us.
What did he do?
This is what Buster did for us.
Oh, we're over $100,000 now.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you,
Buster.
baby.
Thank you, Jeff.
And we still got an hour to go.
Oh,
we got an hour to go, people. Don't stop.
Boy.
Thank you so much. Buster Posey,
That's why he's a world
superstar.
champion.
He's a PTPer, man. Prime time performer. He's the 3S man. Super scintillating, sensational. And if I went ESPN, I'd close it by saying, just like Leslie and Jeff here, he's awesome, baby, with a capital A. We got to go outside. She's screaming.
Jeff has rejoined us. By the way, you get to see Steph Curry, so maybe you could tell us what it is like to live, to be out in San Francisco.
Well, I don't actually live in San Francisco, but I know look, with what the Giants have done, what the Warriors have done, the excitement around that city, both are very, very well run franchises and organizations from top to bottom.
You know what really is impressive? I happen to know Steph Curry, and I happen to know his family. And I've just heard a lot about Buster. I don't know Buster yet, but everything I've heard, just glowing comments, not only about his baseball talents, but off the field. And that's the same with Stephen Curry. They have not forgotten where they come from. And you know what's really the common denominator? They have great guidance from the time they were little kids about character. I know you guys, you're an agent right now, and obviously you deal with a lot of people. Unfortunately, a lot of guys forget where they come from. They forget where they come from. They forget how to treat people.
Well, that's certainly not the case with Buster nor his wife,
Steph.
Kristen.
Or Steph.
Or Steph Curry. And I don't know Steph personally, but everything similar to what you hear about Buster is off the charts. But, no, I think that, you can go one of two ways. You can forget where you came from, or you can go the other and, use this as a platform to give back.
Right.
And I think Buster and Kristen are really a shining example of that.
Jeff, could you talk a little about CAA, which we know, don't you represent George Clooney and Tom Hanks? Or
Pretty good.
Pretty good, right? But CAA, now it's been a decade where you've gotten involved in sports.
Right.
And what was that path?
Well, we've been at CAA since 2006. I'm the co-head of the baseball division, and we work strictly in baseball. But I guess you were out there in LA at CAA hosted the Sports Business Journal.
Which you should see. It's IM Pay, isn't it? You're building up there in
That's the old building. It's the new building now, right on Avenue of the Stars.
Who are some of the baseball people that you guys represent?
Look, we represent, it's really too many to name. On the Giants up there this weekend, we have Matt Cain, Jake Peavy, young player Derek Law. On the New York Mets team, Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard. So that's just playing there this weekend in New York. I would probably have been there, but I was going to be
Thank
here
you.
instead.
Well,
Well,
Buster
we're
put
glad
us
you
over
were.
the top, didn't
Oh, we're
he?
thrilled, man.
Tell
This
Buster
is
hit a
great.
grand slam. Buster hit a grand slam for us, man. He hit a grand slam to get us over the top.
Do you yourself, obviously, Buster, you talked about his character. Do you yourself, Jeff, handpick who you want to represent?
Well, I think it's a combination. It has to be a good fit for the player and, you know, the agent and the family. There has to be that good connection. But when you have, I remember meeting Buster and Kristen. They're actually high school sweethearts.
No.
Yes.
Like you and Lorraine.
Wow.
Yeah.
46 years.
And I remember the first time I met Buster, he was at Florida State. He's a Knoll. And we met at a Cracker Barrel up there. And I remember leaving, and I'm like, these are special people. And it was absolutely, you knew it right away.
What was the number he was drafted at?
He was drafted the number 5 overall pick.
5 overall, and the Rays had number 1, right?
They had number 1.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our number 1 has not turned out to be anywhere close to what he is. You know, I'm not saying anything negative about the kid who was number 1. I don't want to mention his name, but bottom line is Buster would have been such a fit here. Oh, what a fit. We'd have a new stadium. We would have called it the Buster Posey Stadium.
Buster would have been able to solve the stadium issue,
Wow.
too, right?
We'll pass that on. But right now, let's go over to Jesse and Chris.